Hey investors, traders, stock market fans from around the world, how's it going? My name is Jeremy Alexander Newsom and I am CEO of Real Life Trading. The objective of this video is quite simple. I'm going to teach you how to use Finviz. Finviz.com is an online screener and scanner, and it's a great resource for traders to use to narrow down the seemingly limitless amount of opportunities out there to a nice, small, manageable amount of trades that fits your style, your strategy, and your approach. So enjoy. Make sure to stick all the way to the end. There's no sales pitch in this video. You can email me if you have any questions, jeremy@reallifetrading.com. We're also on Instagram, we're also on Twitter, we're also on Facebook, we're also on LinkedIn. We do the whole social media thing. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. You guys rock. I'll see you at the end.
Sweet, let's get to it. So hopping from the nice, beautiful Henry Horton State Park, about an hour south of Nashville, Tennessee, this is the website, reallifetrading.com. Make sure you hop over here pretty often, because every now and then, and by every now and then I mean pretty much daily, we're posting new stuff under articles, you got recent charts, and of course you can at any point in time scroll down and get more information here in TradingView. Here's all of our social media stuff. Anyway, feel free to hop over to reallifetrading.com. You guys know all the jazz. It's there. Have fun. So let's talk about Finviz. And as you obviously know, there is so much on this website. Zero chance I can cover it all in this video. I want to kind of give you the basics of really what you're looking for, what your objective is, what you're kind of focusing on. And this is a great website. Tons of information, and you can use it for free. Now, obviously, you can also pay for a great version as well, but you can use a lot of it for free. There's a massive amount of things and opportunities you can use Finviz for. So Finviz is a screener scanner, and pretty much your homepage here, you got advancing and declining, pretty self-explanatory, right? Stocks making new highs and stocks making new lows. You have stocks above the 50 EMA or below the 50 EMA, above the 200 simple and below the 200 simple, and you have bullish trades, you have bearish trades. Here's your sector map right here. So your sector map, this is pretty important. I'm not saying important, not important necessarily, but you can click on any of these boxes. If you're, let's say, you really care about healthcare, you can click on healthcare and you can explore which healthcare stocks are going up and which stocks are going down. Now, I know this is a wealth of information. Let me pause here for a moment and simply say the market rewards the specialist, right? Don't let this overwhelm you, confuse you, or get you too overly excited or zealous. Because the fact of the matter is, I actually don't use Finviz at all. I know you can use it, and there are plenty of reasons to use it, but I don't. I'm not saying that you can't use it. I'm simply saying that there is a lot of information here, and it can feel overwhelming. Kind of like, which path do I go down? Which road do I take? How I want to get to my destination. So remember that the market rewards the specialist. Find that one niche. Find that focus that you want to go on to and really apply and assert yourself from there. And it's all going to be about the time frame. If you want to know how to assert yourself and what to focus on, it's going to be about your time frame. This is going to be a big, big question to ask. What time frame are you trading? Are you investing, which means you're doing longer term, months to years, right? If you're doing so, then you're going to be using a longer term indicators like the 200 simple moving average. Is it a new high or is it a new low? Is it advancing, declining, that kind of thing. You're going to look at a big, big time frame, a big picture. If you're using a shorter term time frame, you might use different indicators or moving averages, and you're going to be getting in and out much, much quicker. So it's all about what are you really trying to accomplish with this. Now, just notice in here you have, honestly, the front page alone, you have so much info, so much intel here. Down here you have some signals that you can use. So, let's say you're going in an upward channel, a flat channel, downward channel. Here's a double top, here's a double bottom. Here's a head and shoulders pattern. Here's some triangles. So they actually have some stocks that are forming actual chart patterns, as we speak. So if you come over here to the screener, this is probably the most functional one, the one that you might use the most. And in this particular location, you can do descriptive, fundamental, technical, or all. I normally just say start with all. Just get all of them in here. And one of the best resources, if you are unsure what some of these things mean, float short, payout ratio, PE, forward PE, PEG, return on investment, gross margin. You can take some of these terms and go to another website called Investopedia. There you go. Click enter and pretty much type any of those terms into Investopedia up here at the top right hand side. I have a lot of traders and people mention to me often at Real Life Trading, they'll hear a term, oh, I've never heard this term before, Jeremy. What does it mean? Well, there's already a site for the definition and the defining of many terms, and there's no reason to kind of recopy what Investopedia has done because they do a great job at it. So you can always look up information there if you're unfamiliar with what it means, just kind of an FYI. So anyway, you can use the all, and again, there's a lot here. So technicals, right? Gap. This is huge. You all know I use gaps all the time. So you can create a gap up. So let's say, okay, it's gapping up 5%. Right? So that's automatically going to filter out some. I mean, we already now have only 76 total that are gapping up 5%. And then we have 200-day simple moving average. So let's say the price is above the 200 simple moving average. So it's gapping up 5% and it's above. So now we just took away 30. So then you could create something like price. Okay, depending on your size of your account. Maybe you have a specific size, so you want it to be under $50. So a little bit of a cheaper stock, above the 200 simple. Now we just eliminated 9 of them. So we're already getting somewhere with just 3 of these. So we have 1 that's descriptive, 2 that's technical. What else could we use here? Relative volume. So let's just say over 1. So the relative volume is increasing. All right. So, and that makes sense, right? Because it's gapping. So usually if it's gapping, you're having more volume. So now you've already peeled down 30. So with just 4 of these things selected, I've peeled down all the stocks on the entire market, and now I have 30. And you can structure these however you want. Like you can click it, and this is alphabetical order right now. So if you want to do market cap or PE or price or volume, you can click it like this. You'll also notice that you can save this portfolio if you wish. You click on Save Portfolio, and it's going to go to another screen. And this is where you have to become a member. And again, I just told you earlier, I don't have an account at Finviz. You can use it; it's great, but you by no means have to. So anyway, once you get the screening done, and obviously you can live in this screening forever. There's so many things you can choose. Don't let that overwhelm you. Find your specialty. Find what you want to focus on. So if you're a beginning trader and you're like, hey Jeremy, I'd love to get some stocks that are, under $20, for example. So a little bit cheaper. So maybe something you can afford more. So there's only 16, right? So 16 above the 200, relative volume's increasing. It had a gap up over 5%. And let's do one more. Let's say the short ratio is over 10%, which means that some of the outstanding positions, the actual stocks are pretty shortable. So there's a lot of shorts piling into this particular stock, meaning it could create a short squeeze. So now we have ourselves 5 stocks. And from here, if you hover over your mouse, you'll see this little chart boop, right there kind of pop up. You don't even need your charting software pulled up. You can just kind of zoom in here and say, oh, okay, I got that one. And you can kind of see which ones do I like the most. And I actually like all of these. These all look good. And I mean, this could be 5 opportunities to trade right here. So let's just go and I'll show you how to apply this to real life. Real life. So you have the stock screener, you create whatever it is you want to create. And again, you can just hop in, get quick and dirty with this and then move right back out. But there's so many things and so many objectives you can use with this. And this really can help you create your edge. It can help you define your strategy. And that's another reason I do like the screening service. So one of the tickers, let's go look at REGI. So REGI, and again, we got price under 20, float short is over 10%, it's above the 200, relative volume's increasing, and it's gapping up. So I'll probably be looking to trade this bullish. So we're going to pull up REGI, Renewable Energy, and we're looking at this particular trade, and what are we going to say? All right, so this is the daily chart. So you start with the daily, probably zoom out a little bit, maybe hop over here to the weekly chart, and just, if you've never looked at the stock, saying, hey, I wonder where we are. Where are we on this? So here's a support resistance right about here on REGI at about 1056. Okay, cool. Where's the next one? Next one looks like right about there, and then the next one looks right about there. All right, so now we hop back to the daily chart, And we're saying, okay, there's a support resistance here at 1249. Obviously, we're pretty close to that. Let's zoom into the hourly chart and see what kind of wick this is. And, okay, so that's the hourly. Let's see if this wick is even real. It appears that it is. Yeah, it appears that it's a real wick. A real wick. So let's say we're looking at this on the 15-minute chart, renewable energy, and we did a trade that looked like this. Had a stop here at 1037. You had an entry here at 1150. Boom, and you do, let's say, a limit buy. You're going to buy it on a pullback, and there you go. There's already a trade that I just found in about 3 minutes of looking. Target 1, 1249. Target 2, 1578. Or if you want to do a different setup, maybe you want to pull this limit buy back and pull the stop back a little bit farther, right? You could do it there. Now, another one you might be wondering is, when can you do the scan? Well, great news is if you pay for it, you can actually do the scan when the market is closed. So you can figure out what's gapping up pre-market. You can also do what's gapping up right as the market opens, or about an hour or two into the market open. Because how useful would this have been, this particular stock, to know that it's gapping up into, this a really what appears to be a nice gap, and you could have taken this entry right here as a day trade, or gotten in early as a swing trade. Here at 11 with a stop at the low of the day. So your setup could have looked something like this: entry here, stop here. Right, so this scan can save you countless hours doing all your searching and everything, and that's why people like scanners. And scanners, people sell you scanners all the time. Programs that have done all the work for you, folks. You don't need to pay that kind of money. You can just easily just use this scan right here. I just picked it at random, and it works fine. I would assume that 50% of these trades work and 50% don't. So we'll go look at KTOS. Here's another one that was on this list, KTOS. And we're going to look at the daily chart. Look at that. Beautiful bullish gap and go. That would have been a great day trade. So I'm going to look at a weekly chart because I've never heard of this stock in my entire life. Here's the weekly, and what information can we take away? Look at that. We are right at a support resistance right now on the weekly. So how could we discern this information? What would we take away? Well, the biggest takeaway is we got a very nice gap action. You got some great volume. You're at a resistance. So what would we do? Well, we're not going to go bullish right now because we're already at a resistance. So you probably wait for this to break out and then buy the dip, let it bounce, have your stop in here, buy into here, and there you go. There's the trade. That's really it. And Finviz in a nutshell. I could go on and on with different scans, different strategies. There are countless strategies. There are countless scans. There are countless variables that you can do. What's important is none of that really matters, because if you overwhelm yourself, if you make your system too complex, too difficult, too hard to quickly ascertain what's going on, you're going to get lost in all the noise. That's going to be the key, ladies and gentlemen, is finding your specialty and doing it over and over and over and over. Trading, in a sense, is boring. Making money is exciting, but the trading aspect should be pretty boring. So, that's Finviz.
Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Congratulations, you are an action taker. I like it. If you have any questions or suggestions, thoughts or concerns, simply post them in the comment section below. And of course, you can email me, jeremy@reallifetrading.com. You totally rock, and until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. I'll see you later. Bye.